Thank you so much for joining me here on KEXP, listener-powered radio. You can find us at 90.3 FM in Seattle, 92.7 FM in the Bay Area at KEXP.org and on the KEXP mobile apps. I'm Cheryl Waters, and I'm very excited to be here with our dear friend NoSo. There's a lot of excitement in the house today. Everyone keeps saying, Happy NoSo Day. We're so great to have you back.
Thank you so much for having us. We're really excited to be here.
A beautiful new album, brand new. When Are You Leaving? I'm excited to hear some music. You ready to play?
Yeah.
It's NoSo live on KEXP.
Let down with the woman who sees him as one too. Wipe off in the bathroom, in the mirror, thinking of you. But you know, man, I find her impatience taking over. But you know, man, it's silent, like an infant falling over. Party is over.
You're listening to NoSo live on KEXP, the song Sugar from the new album When Are You Leaving, out on Partisan Records. You're listening to NoSo live on KEXP.
Lie with me, pine with me, oh let it die. Feet clumsy, bones bumpy, oh into mice. Sing with me, oh to be drowned by the sighs. Dine with me, cry with me, oh let it slide. Speak loudly, clap like an audience in high. Still looking straight to afraid of her eyes.
So beautiful. NoSo live on KEXP. When Are You Leaving is the latest album. That is absolutely gorgeous. Nara and Let It Die are the last two songs you just played, and also the last two on the album. And just so emotional. It just builds and builds there, especially on Let It Die. I think I read somewhere that you said when you'd written that song, you knew you were finished with the album. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. I kind of write a lot of songs and then dwindle them down to the strongest when I'm making a record, but that was the final song that I was writing with like the intended purpose of it being kind of the closing track and just like a big, I think, sense of relief. Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Honesty has always been the hallmark of your work, and you've just never shied away from being vulnerable and personal in your lyrics. And your new album, When Are You Leaving, is absolutely no different. And can you talk a little bit about the themes and the inspirations on this song? It feels like you've made sort of an evolution. I know your first record was written right at the height of COVID.
Yeah. For that song in particular, I think I just kept on revisiting it in a way with fresh ears because I just loved the song so much, but the progression is the same throughout the entire song. And so it was really just trying to find ways to create like subtle dynamics. And I think that's something that I really learned after making Stay Proud of Me is just less is more, I think, and not overplaying with the guitar. And sometimes a single note could actually be more effective than, you know, something intricate and showing off. And yeah, I think I learned a lot from making that record and from this one as well.
You said that Stay Proud of Me, which I mentioned was written during the peak quarantine time, was more fantasy, whereas this new album is a little bit more about reality, which you just referred to. Can you tell me just a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think Stay Proud of Me was made during the peak of quarantine regulations, and so I could really only look backwards at all of these memories from my childhood that I had repressed in regards to identity and the way that I expressed myself. And then with this record, I think it's firmly rooted in my experiences presently as a person as opposed to looking back. And I think also looking forward in a way too.
Well, you've talked about your songs being different elements, and you talk about that specifically in the song Nara, which you played today. Tell me more about that and how that works in the songs.
Yeah, I think that song is probably my favorite on the record. Yeah, it's very sentimental to me, and I think it's just kind of about the dichotomy of feeling quite understood, but then also having a dynamic that's a bit tumultuous and how just trying to reckon with how that's even possible, I guess, juggling those two aspects of a dynamic. And I think throughout the album, I explore that topic quite a bit of, you know, just coming to terms with the fact that maybe perhaps there's not just like good or bad and that it just kind of fluctuates in these various interpersonal situations.
And you've also said that it's like what's happened, how it made you feel, and how what you wished would have happened, which I think is very interesting to encapsulate that all in one song.
Yeah, I think when I was first writing songs, I think it was almost everything was jam-packed with lyrics and so much detail and verbatim what had occurred. But I think as I've gotten older as a songwriter, I realize when I take time to kind of reflect and look back, it goes from being like a book of information into being bullet points of this is what happened, this is how I feel. And then it kind of veers into surrealism at times of wishing what could happen. And it all just kind of, creates a more succinct song.
You do reference films and books when you think about songwriting. I know that's something that kind of goes hand in hand for you and that you love about making music and just all of the art forms coming together. Mm-hmm. And you sing in Korean on Nara.
Yeah, for one line.
Yeah. But I mean, what made you want to slip that in there? That's a first for you, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think I've been learning Korean on my own for a long time. And someday I'll be brave enough to sing an entire song in Korean, but I'm a bit... I'm still very much learning. I speak like maybe at like an 8-month-old baby's level with Korean, so that was all I could muster for that song. But it's significant, I think, for me just because it's just a nod to my heritage, I guess. Yeah.
Well, we'll still be here when the Korean album comes out. Well, your album spans a wide range of genres and veers into new territory. I know you always like to push yourself, and the beautiful piano ballad, My Fault, and also A Believable Boy, which is different from what you've done before. I feel like it sounds like you were just really pushing yourself on this record.
Yeah, I think for me, music has always been the most exciting when I'm learning something new, and I know that even if I veer into different genres and experiment, it's always going to sound like me at the end of the day. And so with songs like My Fault, that's kind of an ode to, like, I grew up singing in choirs, and I've always loved classical music, and I was learning piano at the time, and that song is really challenging for me, and I had to prepare, like, practicing it on a metronome every day, and then putting them together. I've never had to rehearse in that way before, and that was so exciting for me. It kind of reinvigorated the spirit that I've always had with music, where I like feeling like a student all the time, I think.
And are you being brave enough to play that on tour?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Have you played it at all?
I have, yeah. At my solo release show, I played a couple of songs solely on piano, and I was just like shaking like a dog, but it was a really good feeling. Yeah.
Your next album will be all in Korean on piano. You're just really pushing yourself, all the synapses firing. Well, you collaborated with Barty Strange on this record, who we love, and Jack Tatum from Wild Nothing, who I also love. And I read that you share a love of 80s music. And so it's awesome that you worked on that song, Sugar, which just has this anthemic, fun 80s vibe. What was that like working? Did you go to Virginia to work on that one?
I did, yeah. That was amazing. I'd been a fan of his for a long time, and the stars just kind of lined up. And I got to see, I think, it's really interesting to see the way that he works. He's just like so precise, and his references are so strong. He introduced me to bands like Prefab Sprout, and yeah, we just listened to a lot of 80s music. And
like what?
Oh gosh, Prefab Sprout, and then The Cure, just Depeche Mode, like all these. Yeah, and yeah, I really love that song. It was wonderful to work with him.
Well, I know that you love working on production, and that's you produce yourself. It must be great to work with someone who you admire, that you share sort of sensibility with, to sort of see what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with that song, I felt that I hit a ceiling, and I just wanted to get fresh ears on it. And so, yeah, he added quite a bit of magic to it, I think.
Well, I've read in many articles about your love for LA, where you live. I know you moved there when you were in high school, and you said that it just really feels like home to you. What do you love about LA?
Gosh, I think I moved at a time when I was in the middle of high school, and I was so angsty about it. I refused to say that LA was my home, and now it's my favorite place. I think it kind of changed my life in that I wouldn't really be pursuing music had I not moved in the middle of high school. And I love just the food, the culture, the community. I think I'm like buzzing. I love LA.
It's good to love where you live and just have that energy and excitement and sense of peace as well. Well, it's just always a pleasure to see you, and all of you sound fantastic together. Thank you so much for bringing this new record to KEXP.
Thank you so much for having us. This was really fun.
It's NoSo live on KEXP. When Are You Leaving? The new record out on Partisan, and it's so very excited always to get new music from NoSo. And thank you so much to everyone who supports sessions like this. KEXP is listener powered. Learn more about us at KEXP.org, and you can make a gift anytime in support of music discovery and great live bands. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll let you know every time a new session launches. Once again, NoSo live on KEXP.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.